I hope this public service announcement, as I'm calling it, is a good way for you to understand the difference between who's out there and who you should have leading your health team. And I'd like to talk to you about the difference between a functional health coach and a functional medicine practitioner. The idea of the word practitioner literally defines someone who's a professional, such as a doctor or a lawyer, or even an accountant. So they are highly trained and they're in a field that's defined. That's considered practitioner. Now, a health coach is someone who's part of the team, an important part of the team. And a functional health coach means they've gotten some training in functional approaches to healthcare, functional approaches to health coaching. But they're not a licensed professional unless they have tagged the coaching on to their degree and to their current license, such as a physician assistant, a nurse practitioner, a physician, a chiropractor. So you need to know before you go, don't you? You need to figure out and vet who is on your team and who's leading your team. It should always be led by the person with the highest level of degree. And that's typically MDs or DOs in this country, right? And we've gone through residency, we've had our doctoral training, we've had our postgraduate work, we've had our residency, and we've had our board certification. So that's the most advanced license that's available and the widest scope of care. After that, then you've got folks who are considered advanced practitioners, something like a nurse practitioner, physician assistant, or a specialist in that area. You've got chiropractors that in some states have more scope of care than others. And then you've got licensed acupuncturists, and the list goes on. But health coaches, they may have a license in something, but they also may not. The key is if someone puts themselves out as a practitioner, you're going to want to check for a license. And that's really important because there's a lot of information and unfortunately misinformation that is out there in social media and on the web and in our culture that is not accurate and is not led by the folks who've had some of the most education. I think the voices are many, and I think the voices can be confusing. And so if you're feeling confused with what you're hearing, you probably are. The important thing is to, when you find someone that's influencing your health in a social media platform or in some online manner, that you vet them. Figure out where they came from, what their credentials are, what they offer, and are they legitimate? And is their reputation good? So when I put my online presence out there, I actually feel somewhat trepidatious. Why? I don't want to misstate myself. I don't want to give misinformation. And medical literature is very, very complex. Medical conditions are rarely straightforward, and especially chronic conditions where we look to maybe alternatives or an integrative or holistic way to treat things can be confusing. And so it's very important to have the best person that you trust, the person with the highest degree and the most experience leading your team. And importantly, you need to be able to communicate well with them. They hear you, you hear them, and you're working together towards your health and your health goals on your journey. That's very, very important. So the difference is a coach comes along and they help. They help execute the treatment plan, the follow-up plan, the lifestyle changes, and then the licensed folks lead the team. You want everybody in their lane, but also sharing and working together for your highest good. So that's really important to understand. I hope this public service announcement, as I'm calling it, is a good way for you to understand the difference between who's out there and who you should have leading your health team. It pays to know before you go, and it's good to have the best available to you. Check me out as well, drmarylowder.com. I hope that if you have any questions or any way that I can help you, that you reach out.